Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. I am Jennifer Edwards with Briggs Freeman Sotheby's International Realty. And today we are talking about day 3 of the First Time Homebuyer Bootcamp. Maybe you're a first-time home buyer, you're thinking about purchasing that first home, but maybe you're a buyer that just hasn't bought in a while, but you're thinking about making a move, you want to update yourself on the process because a lot has changed in the last several years. And we are going to talk today about house hunting. So we have talked in the first 2 videos about the initial steps to get to this point. So if you missed those, you may want to go back and watch those because it does have some valuable information of some steps you need to take before we get out and house hunt. But now you're pre-approved and it's time to get out there and start looking. So we're going to talk about what that looks like to set up a custom home search and starting to look at the houses. We want to make sure that you have a successful home buying experience. And we also want to make sure that you don't miss out on any homes and at the same time you don't pay too much. So that is our goal, is to give you that, that great experience of finding that right home for you. So let's dive into today's mini training. So we are going to get your custom home search set up. So things are getting excited. You're ready to start looking at all these houses. You probably already started looking at the houses before step 1 and 2, but you're looking at all these different websites and it can feel a little bit overwhelming of which sites you need to look at, and are you looking at the right homes? Are you seeing everything? And so what we do is try and take away that overwhelming feeling and help you get set up on that custom home search. And as a realtor, what I will do is, once I meet with you from step 1 of the buyer consultation, where we talk about our must-haves, our deal breakers, we talk about what's exciting to you. I'll ask you questions like, how long do you plan on being in the house? Which is your favorite room in the house? Maybe a room that you wish you had that you don't have now. And as I ask you all these questions, I'll start to uncover the why behind what you're looking for, so that we can drill down deeper than just how many beds and bathrooms and open floor plan and things like that that you're looking for. And so I will help you prioritize what's important in that criteria and help you get that home search set up for you. So again, you start with a large selection of homes that we're looking at from all these different websites, and we are drilling them down to the few that you really want to see, because we want to make sure that your custom home search is specific for you. And if you say that a two-car garage is a deal breaker for you, then you may say, you may start looking at homes that have a 1-car garage, and you fall in love with this beautiful farmhouse, open kitchen, it's gorgeous, has everything you need, and you're already moving in, and then you come to find out that it only has a 1-car garage, and that was just a have to have for you and not something that you would want to compromise on. You're going to be heartbroken, and then I'm going to be heartbroken. And so what we want to do is really drill down in that buyer consultation what those must-haves and deal breakers are, and then have that criteria into your home search so that you are only focusing on the ones that really are going to work for you and falling in love only with the ones that are really going to work for you. And it's just going to help simplify the process a lot. I know that when I was looking for homes several years ago, even as a realtor, I could feel a little bit of that panic of, well, maybe there's something else out there, because the market was super hot and homes were just flying off the shelves super fast. And I just thought, maybe there's something else that I'm missing. But there wasn't, and all it did was just create more of a panic, take more of my time. It can become a little bit addicting as you're like scrolling through, trying to find the right houses. And so our goal is to really simplify that in your home search process, and in that custom home search, I should say. So now that we're creating that custom home search, you're gonna start getting emails daily from us of those homes that fit that criteria. And you will then be able to click on that, and it'll take you to a specific or private portal that is just for you. You can see it and I can see it. So as you're going through homes, you can mark what your favorites are, and you can write notes in there, and you can delete the ones that you're not interested in anymore. And it's a good way for me to be able to see what's drawing your attention and what you like. And so at this point, what we're trying to do then is eliminate down to your favorite ones. And so I call this really the rolling top 3 homes that we're looking for. So as you're going through your home search, you're gonna start prioritizing, these are my top 3. And then you may get another one the next day and say, ooh, I like this one better than one of these. And so that's why we call it rolling, is because it's always changing. And homes also sell quickly sometimes in this particular market. And so that one may be gone, and so you're adding another one to your list. So you're looking for that top 3 homes. And so what we will do then is, let's get out and start house hunting. Now that we have that custom home search, you're finding your top 3. And so what I will try and do with my clients is say, let's focus on those top 3, and let's go out and look at homes and schedule the appointments to view those. Now, sometimes you may want to look at a couple of others, satisfy your curiosity that you're not sure about. And so I tell clients, let's not look at more than 5, because if you start looking at more than 5 homes, you can't remember. You're confused, I'm confused, and we're trying to remember, was that the house with the blue door? Or was that the one that needed a lot of repairs? It's just hard sometimes to remember when you start looking at so many homes. So we want to focus on 3 to 5 at the most in any given day. Now the exception is if you're relocating here, you're just flying in for the day, and that's the only day you have time to look at homes, you may be trying to knock out a ton of homes. I have done that many times with my reload clients. But it is hard, it's exhausting, your mind is just emotionally exhausted, and your body's tired. And so it's just hard sometimes then to make decisions on what's the right home for you at that point. So we really try and only focus those on those specific circumstances of when we absolutely have to do that. So we're gonna focus on those top 3 to 5 homes. So once we get out and start house hunting, we are going to start making appointments. And I make these appointments in hour window blocks. And if the home is owner occupied, we do have to keep in mind that we have to schedule the appointment and give them advance notice. So I like to do it the day before if at all possible, at the latest usually about 2 hours before, so that the seller can make arrangements not to be there, because we don't want to see the house with the seller there. It can get a little bit awkward. Sometimes you have to do that, but it's not my favorite, and it's not my client's favorite, because you don't feel free to really walk through the house. And so we will do that in those hour blocks. So when we go out for appointments, it's really important for us to be on time and really meet that window. Now, you're normally not going to stay in a house for an hour. Occasionally I have a client that they want to stay there the whole time for that whole hour, even if it's not a house that they love. And I'm like, let's just go ahead and move on to the next one. But sometimes I have clients that they go in, 5 minutes, they're like, okay, I saw enough. And it gives you an idea enough of whether I like it or don't like it. Now, if you like something, then it's something we can always go back for a second showing, either that same day or the next day, and then make sure that you're ready to write an offer on it. So, but we will keep moving and making sure that we're meeting that window of time for each house. And so the other thing is that I will be providing feedback to those agents of what your feedback is, so they can give that to their sellers. So I often ask you when we're standing in a home and I can tell that you kind of like it, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the greatest, 1 being can't stand it, where are you at with this home? Where on what scale does that lie? And so typically my buyers are buying 7s, 8s, and 9s. Very, very rare that you're ever gonna say, oh, this house is a 10, I have to have it. And if you do, that's amazing. But typically buyers are buying 7s, 8s, and 9s. And so that way we can kind of rate it while we're there. It helps us remember it while we're in the actual house. So then when we move on to the next one, we can then compare it to the last one. So the other thing to note is that if you are in a home with today's technology, is something super important to know that there may be a camera or recording equipment. And so it's something you need to know when you walk up to the front door. The Ring and Nest doorbells, they have the cameras and they record, and sellers will actually listen. I have sellers all the time. They'll say, hey, I heard the buyers say they really like this home. Did they give you any feedback? And the people just left the house. And so sellers are listening to your conversations. And so that's just something to take note of. So if you find a home that you like and you want to talk to your real estate agent, what I usually do is try and move out to the car. A lot of times we'll stand in front of the house, especially if it's a nice day, and we'll just stand out there and talk about what are our next steps. Or we may move to a coffee shop that's nearby so that we can go discuss that, or maybe go back to my office. And then the other thing to note is that on those top few that are your favorite ones, I will do a comparative market analysis on those, where we analyze the sold properties that are around there to help us be able to figure out the value of the home that you should be offering. So just know that, again, our goal is to help you have a successful home buying experience, find that right house, but at the same time feel like you're not paying too much and that you didn't miss out on anything in the home search as well. And so I'm gonna make sure that I do my job of doing that comparative market analysis, but I'm not gonna do it on just every home we wanna go out there. I'm gonna focus on those top rolling 3 that we're focused on primarily. And so that way we use our time wisely together. So now you're probably wondering, well, I have found the home, what is next? So what happens when you find the one is what we are gonna focus on tomorrow and day 4 of our buyer boot camp. So when I start to see my clients mentally moving into the homes, they're creating their Pinterest boards in their mind, they're saying my couch belongs here and the TV here, I know that they're really interested in this home and they're ready to potentially talk about making an offer. So we're gonna talk about that and the next steps to get all the way to closing in the next video. So make sure that you tune in and watch that. And if you have any specific questions to the home buying process, please send me a direct message and let me know. And if you're ready to schedule a home buyer consultation and get the ball rolling on the home buying process, which is super fun and exciting, send me a message and let me know, and we'll get that set up for you. I'd love to help you. And just remember that no matter where you are in any part of the world, I can actually help you find a great realtor if you're not in my area. And I can do a lot of the vetting process for you. So don't hesitate to reach out to me no matter where you're at, and I'd be glad to help you with all your needs. I hope you have a really great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.